soft, chewy, crunchy on the outside. These custard cookies are totally worth trying because they have turned out amazing, delicious, and very flavorful since I have added in some vanilla essence. The key ingredient in this recipe is custard powder since we are making custard cookies. So grab yourself some custard powder and let's make these delicious cookies. To make these delicious custard cookies, you'll need a few ingredients which you're going to find listed in the description box in the right quantity. So into your mixing bowl, you're going to add in 1 cup softened butter or margarine. And using a hand mixer, you're going to whip up the butter until it's soft and fluffy. Whip up a little bit more. Once you're done whipping up your margarine, it's going to turn from yellow to a very nice pale yellow color, and it's going to be very light and soft. So next you're going to add in sugar to your mixing bowl, and I'm using custard sugar for this recipe. Mix up. Whip up the margarine and sugar for around a minute until everything is looking very light. If you don't have custard sugar, you can simply use granulated sugar and still it's going to give you awesome results. After around a minute, your custard sugar and margarine are going to be looking very light and fluffy. So at this point, you're going to preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, and then you're going to line a cookie tray or a baking tray with parchment paper ready for your cookies. So the next step is to add in my vanilla, which is going to add in a very nice flavor to my cookies. Add in a little bit of salt to balance out the sugar in the cookies, and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Using my spatula, I'm going to mix in the ingredients into the butter and sugar until fully combined. Once the vanilla, baking powder, and salt are fully combined into the butter, you're going to add in your all-purpose flour and custard powder. So over here, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour that I'm going to be sifting into my bowl. The recipe is eggless, which makes it so awesome. So I'm going to sift in, add in my custard powder, and then I'm going to sift into my bowl. Sifting the dry ingredients is going to make the custard cookies very light and soft once you bite into the cookies. So using your spatula, you're going to mix up the all-purpose flour, custard sugar together with the wet ingredients. Adding 2 tablespoons of milk, and then you're going to mix in everything until a dough is formed. This is how your dough is going to be looking after adding in your milk and mixing together with the rest of the ingredients. So you're going to transfer to your countertop and then knead the dough for around a minute. While you're working on your dough, it's going to form a very soft dough, which is not sticky at all. After around 30 seconds, a dough is going to form. Make sure to get everything to form a ball. And then I'm going to knead for another 30 seconds. After kneading for around a minute, this is how your dough should be looking like. And as you can see, it's soft and pillowy. Once your tray is full, you're going to roll out the rest of the dough and place aside, ready for baking. It's going to be very easy for you to roll the dough because the cookie dough is very soft. Also, at this point, you can include the kids because it's so much fun to roll the dough. It's like playing with Play-Doh. Using a fork, you're going to press on the dough slightly so that you can add in some very lovely marks. And then once done, you're going to be baking your cookies at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes or until you notice a very lovely golden brown color at the edges of the cookies. My custard cookies are ready and they're looking so awesome. Once you pick the cookies, you'll notice that they have a very lovely golden brown color on the bottom side. That means that the cookies are baked to perfection. So I'm going to transfer to a cooling rack so that they can cool completely. My cookies have been resting for around 2 minutes. That's why I'm handling the cookies with ease because they're not hot. And then I'm going to place in my next round and bake for 10 to 12 minutes. Adding custard powder to the cookies is going to make the cookies have a very delicate texture on the inside, which is soft and fluffy. Once you're done, you're going to bake the cookies for 10 to 12 minutes. After a minute, the cookies are going to be cooled enough for you to handle. So you're going to pick the cookies and transfer to a cooling rack so that they can cool completely. You're going to place your baking tray aside and let the cookies cool completely. And over here, I have my cookies that I made, my first round of cookies that have completely cooled. I completely love how they have turned out. They're soft and chewy on the inside and also have a very nice crunch on the outside. So good. These custard cookies are totally worth trying because they have turned out delicious and amazing. And the best part is that you can walk around snacking on these custard cookies and everyone is going to enjoy each and every bite. So thank you so much for watching and I hope you'll be trying out these custard cookies.